Welcome to Time Capsule. Subscribe to help us preserve our shared history for generations to come.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Time Capsule, where we explore the fascinating stories behind the faces of history. Today we're putting the spotlight on one of the most complex and influential figures in American history, Thomas Jefferson, the nation's third president. You might know him as the author of the Declaration of Independence, but Jefferson was far more than a single moment in 1776. He was a statesman, philosopher, inventor, farmer, and yes, a man of deep contradictions. He helped shape the identity of the United States while also struggling with ideals he could never fully live up to. Jefferson's brilliance was matched by flaws that historians still wrestle with today. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into the life of Thomas Jefferson, the genius who dreamed big, even if his dreams were far from perfect. Let's rewind to 1743. Thomas Jefferson was born in the rolling hills of Virginia, the son of a wealthy surveyor and plantation owner. From a young age, Thomas showed an insatiable curiosity about the world. He loved books, ideas, science, and languages. While many boys his age played outdoors, Jefferson would sneak away to read about history, mathematics, and philosophy. By the time he entered the College of William and Mary, he was already devouring the works of Enlightenment thinkers like Locke and Montesquieu. That passion for ideas would fuel everything he did. After studying law, Jefferson set up a practice in Virginia. But the law wasn't just a job. It was a way to protect liberty and individual rights. He hated tyranny in any form, and his writings were filled with a sense of freedom that would soon become revolutionary. As tensions with Britain grew, Jefferson joined the Virginia House of Burgesses, where he built a reputation for being quiet but powerful with his pen. Unlike fiery orators like Patrick Henry, Jefferson let his written words do the talking. And in 1776, those words changed the world. When the Continental Congress needed someone to draft a declaration explaining why the colonies were breaking away, they turned to Jefferson. In a matter of days, he wrote one of the most important documents ever.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable.
Those words lit a flame that would burn around the globe. Of course, the final declaration was edited by Adams, Franklin, and the rest of Congress, but its poetry was Jefferson's gift to history. After independence, Jefferson continued working to build the new nation. He returned to Virginia and pushed through a landmark bill establishing religious freedom. To him, separating church from state was vital for true liberty. Even today, that bill is considered one of his greatest legacies. In 1785, Jefferson was sent to France as a diplomat, replacing Benjamin Franklin. There, he fell in love with French culture, its art, its architecture, and its food. He admired the ideals of the French Revolution, at least early on, and tried to help guide France toward a freer society. But when the French Revolution turned bloody, even Jefferson grew uneasy. When he returned to America, he became Secretary of State under George Washington. Jefferson clashed hard with Alexander Hamilton, Washington's Treasury Secretary. Hamilton favored a strong central government with a national bank and closer ties to Britain. Jefferson, meanwhile, wanted a nation of farmers, with limited government and closer friendship with France. Their rivalry created the first political parties, shaping American politics permanently. By 1796, Jefferson ran for president but came in second to John Adams, becoming vice president under the rules of the time. It was awkward, to say the least. Jefferson and Adams were once allies, but had grown into fierce political rivals. Still, Jefferson kept his dignity and waited for another chance. In 1800, that chance came. Jefferson won the presidency in one of the most bitter elections ever seen. The transition was peaceful, marking one of America's proudest moments, a smooth change of power between rival parties. Jefferson called it a revolution of 1800, proving that ballots, not bullets, should decide the nation's future. As president, Jefferson made enormous changes. In 1803, he approved the Louisiana Purchase, doubling the size of the country overnight. For just $15 million, the United States gained vast lands west of the Mississippi, an act that would fuel decades of growth and settlement. To explore these new territories, Jefferson sent out the Lewis and Clark expedition, opening a path across the continent. Jefferson also slashed the federal budget, cut taxes, and reduced the military, believing the country should avoid getting dragged into European wars. At the same time, though, he fought the Barbary pirates off North Africa, showing that even a small military could defend American trade when pushed. But Jefferson's vision of freedom had contradictions. He was a slave owner who wrote, "All men are created equal," while keeping hundreds of enslaved people at Monticello, his Virginia plantation. He freed only a small number in his will. Historians still debate how a man who championed liberty could live with such deep hypocrisy. It's a reminder that even the greatest figures in history are complex and flawed. Jefferson retired from the presidency in 1809, returning to Monticello. There, he dreamed even bigger. He designed buildings, experimented with crops, and founded the University of Virginia, a school he hoped would spread knowledge and free thinking for generations to come. That university is still one of the most respected in the world today, a monument to Jefferson's passion for education. In retirement, Jefferson also rekindled his friendship with John Adams. The two old rivals began a remarkable letter exchange, debating philosophy, the meaning of liberty, and their memories of the Revolution. Their letters are a priceless window into how these two giants saw the birth of the United States. Jefferson lived long enough to see the country he helped build grow beyond what he'd ever imagined. He died on July 4, 1826, exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. In an eerie twist of fate, John Adams died the same day. It felt like the final page of a founding chapter closing forever. Today, Thomas Jefferson stands as one of the most influential and most controversial Americans ever. His soaring ideals of freedom still inspire, while his personal contradictions still challenge us to reflect. Was he a visionary? Absolutely. Was he flawed? Absolutely. And that makes him human, just like all of us. So what do you think was Jefferson's greatest achievement? Was it writing the Declaration, the Louisiana Purchase, or founding a university? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this journey into Jefferson's life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a new time capsule adventure. Thanks for watching, and remember, history isn't just about memorizing names and dates. It's about understanding people, dreams, and the world they left behind. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.
And that's all for today. Thank you for listening to my story. Until next time.